Heading to Phoenix, it's Stratos time. Where else would it be apart from Power Road? Here we go. Actually seen the transmission or the motor since I dropped off at Rex's. Oh. One side, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interestingly, the gear shift linkage is actually all cable driven, which will be interesting. Room for some slack there, I guess. You mean unlike Laurel and Hardy? Yeah. Whoa. Just checking that the engine turns over properly. Seems to. The motor itself's actually been rebuilt by Rex Chalmers, a charming man indeed, in Phoenix, alphasports.com, Alfa Romeo expert and engine builder extraordinaire. It's a 3-litre V6, it's a 12-valve version, not the 24, which is probably more popular. This is out of a 1992 Alfa 164, which I picked up in San Diego 3 or 4 years ago now, I guess, and drove it all the way home and potted around Sedona in it. Actually, very nice car. Thoroughly recommend it. Very nice, but probably the last kind of big saloon that Alfa Romeo made. As you can see, we tore the heart out of it, helped by my buddies Chuck and Kurt, and sold off a lot of the bits on eBay actually that we didn't use out of the motor, headlamps, all kinds of stuff. So that's worth bearing in mind if you're doing a project like this and you do buy a donor car. Be ready to rip off all kinds of bits and pieces that you can sell on eBay, which honestly netted out at a zero cost for the engine itself, obviously before it was rebuilt, and that certainly wasn't a zero cost. Locating all the engine mounts and the accelerator cable, this guy. Things like coolant hoses and fan belts are going to have to be something that we just kind of measure and find something off the shelf. Pretty standard fare, isn't it? Checking out the fuel pump situation, which is an in-tank pump with double wiring coming out. Usual array of parts bin raiding, not just actually for this replica, but the original. So the door handles are from an X19.
Battery cable.
The steering column arms switches are also from an X19. There's plenty of room in there for that Optima battery because they're not big, are they?
I'm hoping it's already hooked up.
Yeah, it should just run all the time, right?
Yeah, I would think so. If it were me doing it, I would hook that up to an oil pressure switch, and once it sees the engine's running, it's working. Things.
Yeah.
We should remove this and put a proper bleed valve here.
Other goodies in the same secret location. And there's more. And more again. You can tell it's Phoenix because of all the cactus. Wonderful cactus. The ECU situation is pretty complicated, honestly. We've got one of the two that we ripped off the original car. Apparently in that day and age in the US there were two ECUs just to manage the ignition and then a separate one to manage the rest of the motor. I also bought a similar era ECU from Europe, which is a single module, the Motronic Bosch unit. What we haven't got, of course, is a harness for that, and that makes life complicated. We could build one, but that would be extraordinarily tedious and time consuming. I have my good friend from Fiat 500.cc, www.fiat500.cc, trying to source me one of those very harnesses from his many sources in the UK and Europe. Having worked out what we needed in the way of gaskets, I ordered those Sunday afternoon from these guys in Colorado, and they've arrived already Wednesday morning, 9 AM. Fantastic. Moreover, further contact on Sunday afternoon with a very helpful chap from eBay in Burbank, California, who clearly has a number of Alfa cars that he breaks. And I'm hopeful that we've found the ECU harness, which will tie up with that European Motronic ECU. So that's great news. These beautiful gauges come from Speedhut here in the USA. I'll leave the website in the description. And the harness itself is supplied by Listabel. We're going to have fun putting that together. In fairness, Listabel did offer, if I shipped the gauges from the US back to the UK, they would fit and wire them all in, and then ship it all back, but that seems kind of crazy to me. So, likewise with our friend the ECU, which actually might not have been so crazy, because I'm not looking forward to this. The downside of using the factory standard Alfa Bosch unit is that there's kind of no diagnostics on it, so it either works or it doesn't. But the theory is that it should just plug and play. So we shall see. So as I hope I explained, this episode is really just an assessment situation without actually doing anything major or fitting anything to the car. That will happen in subsequent episodes for sure. Although Mike from IDR, ItalianDesignRacing.com, will be doing a lot of this stuff on his Todd without my assistance, because I'm probably not going to be much help to him actually. More of a hindrance. So that's about it for now. We'll be reconverging in a couple of weeks' time once we've got various elements refurbished, such as the alternator and the ECU harness will have come in by then. We'll also have some other bits and pieces, the starter motor, the exhaust headers, which are being ceramic coated, and we'll actually be able to start putting on engine mounts and all those ancillaries and working out some more bits and pieces. So thanks for watching, and do subscribe, and do encourage other people that are enthusiastic about the Lancia Stratos to come and see what's going on here, especially if they're considering either a Hawk or a Listabel replica themselves.